Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Star Blast Studios coming here with a brand new figure review. And first and foremost, before we get into today's video, I just want to thank you guys so much for over 9,000 subscribers. It was about a year ago that I actually did hit 8,000, but I was really busy. I've been pretty busy with stuff. Did not even say anything about it. At the very least, over here, like considering which is actually perfect for this review, we're reviewing a Vegeta figure. I just want to say again, thank you. Thank you for like over 9,000 subscribers. My channel has really not been active, but because of the video that I ended up doing with Gamer Goku, we just got a lot of other people suddenly coming in here, subbing from that video. So like for the people who are new, this is the channel Star Blast Studios. I do figure reviews and stuff like that. Please welcome. But all that being said, let's get into in this video. Today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the new Demoniacal Fit Deep Blue figure, which is obviously Demoniacal Fit's version of a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now, actually, this is a very special kind of video because this figure was sent to me specifically by Demoniacal Fit. I want to say like 3 weeks ago or something like that, Demoniacal Fit put out a post on their Instagram basically saying that they're looking for new figure reviewers, they're looking for people to send samples to in order to have people review this figure. I messaged them and they actually got back to me. And so they sent me out this figure. I believe that this figure goes for like 50 to 60 bucks. So I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible, with how this figure, tell you guys how it is. But from how it looks right over here, in the actual box itself, like it seems like have a really nice look. But as for the box, we'll just get into that. We have some artwork right there on the side. Here's the side of the figure right over here. It just says Deep Blue, and then you have like the different promo shots of everything. And real quick, for the people wondering, this is how the figure looks inside of the clamshell with everything displayed. We have like the aura like right over here, and we obviously have the figure. But yeah, alright guys, so here we got the Demoniacal Fit Deep Blue, aka Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, opened up and out of the packaging. And this figure is actually impressing me from a lot of different standpoints, which we will get into. Now, starting off with the hair, I really do like the way that they did this metallic look. It is the same sculpt that they did introduce with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta before, which I have the Super Saiyan Godhead that it came with it on, but you kind of get the exact same gist. Now, that is one small thing I do wish was, improved, in that when Super Saiyan, when Vegeta turns Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, his hair is much bigger than how it is when he's in regular Super Saiyan Blue. So I really would have liked to actually have seen them, use bigger hair. Actually, it would have been nicer if they had used the sculpting from Tamashii Nation's original Super Saiyan Vegeta. I think that would have been, really good if they used that sculpt for, the faces. But otherwise, it's not too major of a deal. I do like, how, the paint looks, the eyes as well. The sculpting on that looks really, really, really good on this figure. I'm very happy with that. Actually, when you look at the faces, I noticed one thing about it is in that it actually has a very similar style to how the way that they did the face on the Super Saiyan Blue Resurrection F Goku, and it's a really angular type of style that specifically just Demoniacal Fit has been doing. But I really like how that comes out because it just kind of, I don't know, it just gives the figure a much more tougher feel. I like the way that looks, and we'll get into a little bit more of that when we do go into the faces. Now, as for the paint around this, the figure is a lot more metallic all around. Now, when I initially saw this, I was like, man, why is there so much glossy paint on here? Because that's not something that Demoniacal Fit is necessarily known for. I mean, even if you look at specifically the Resurrection F Goku, it obviously has a matte finish going on with this, and I really would have liked, I think a lot of people would have liked for this to have a matte finish as well. But I did realize something as I was looking through, in that this figure is intentionally glossy, not because of the fact that, it's like Tamashii Nations where the figures are just glossy because they don't paint the plastic or something like that. This figure is intentionally made glossy because this figure is specifically trying to be a figure to go along with the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken event exclusive Goku figure from the Tamashii Nation's event or something. When that is realized, I think that it makes this figure make a lot more sense as to the style that they're trying to go for. And when you look at it from that standpoint, I think that the effect that they kind of got going on, especially the fact that they have an aura effect, them making this figure glossy kind of does help with the blue that they're trying to emulate throughout this figure. I do really like the actual colors that they picked for the blue, And even if it is glossy, I understand why it's like that. This is another thing that impresses me with the figure. Isn't just the fact that we got the aura and the accessories and everything like that with how good it looks at the price that it's at, but also just because I think that the colors that they introduced here on this Vegeta body are like, you know, in that perfect in-between thing. So here we got over here the original Super Saiyan Vegeta. If I can just get him standing. That's one thing that Vegeta figures always have that problem with, is those outdated ankles that Tamashii doesn't seem to fix. Which actually isn't, like, you know, unfortunately the same for this figure. And then here we have this Vegeta. And when you look at the blues, I think that this really does blend, like, this really is like a really good blend between, you know, the two different blues we got on here. I'm trying to make this camera focus a little bit better. I'm not exactly getting the best job out of it, but obviously this one is a much more dark navy blue. This one right here is a much, you know, lighter blue. This one right here, I like it. It's in the middle because now that the fact that, you know, it's like this, I think that this might actually be, because the colors are like this can actually work as a definitive Vegeta body. I think that the colors just really work with Vegeta, especially, you know, with the lighter yellows that they kind of got over here, which is a different one than here, and then this one kind of has like that darker yellow. There's just a nicer aesthetic feel to the colors that they picked over here, which I really am enjoying with this figure. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but when you actually swap the heads around it, it really does help the figure look a lot nicer. But yeah, like that it is the exact same mold and stuff like that, and as the other Vegetas we got going on, which is a little bit of a shame as well, which is something I'm gonna knock the figure down a little bit for, because as we all know, like when Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, a feature with this form is that he does become a lot more muscular, and you know, as we're looking at with this with the Super Saiyan God Vegeta body, yeah, like it's pretty much exactly the same, and there's not really any muscular differentiations with it as we initially thought when this figure when they were showing off promo pictures with this figure. So that is a bit of a shame. But overall, with the aesthetics, I'd say, you know, like other than those couple of like minor issues with the size of the hair and the musculature of it, I think that this figure does a pretty good job. Oh yeah, and one other thing, for the people who actually owned the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta figure, I'm pretty sure we all know this is a very common issue in which these legs just, for some reason, they just stick out, and it's really annoying. It's a really annoying thing about this figure. Demoniacal Fit does not have this issue. Look, you can actually make the legs straight, so there you go. That's an instant advantage that this has over Figuart, so I do really like that. Now, in terms of the facial expressions, he does come with a regular stern face, which we did already get into a little bit at the beginning of the review. I do like the style that they got with that. We do have a teeth-gritted, angry face, which also looks really good. I do like how that came out. You do kind of have that little bit of like the teeth right there that's like sculpted, which actually on the Figuarts came out a little bit off. Kind of made it look like he had a cavity right there. But on here, I think it looks a little bit nicer. You know, not too bad with the way that's with that came out. The figure also comes with a smiling face, which is taking a little bit to kind of get on. Hold on. There we go. It also comes with a nice, like, smirking face, which, again, I think the stylized look really helps this face seem like a lot more original, and not just like a copy of that old sculpt, which I really am liking with this face. And then for the final face, he does come with a screaming face, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be using when they're trying to, have this displayed in the scene in Dragon Ball Super, where both Goku and Vegeta, powered up. Vegeta got into this form, and then Goku went Kaioken and such. So yeah, I can definitely see that face being used for that. Now, in terms of the hands, Vegeta obviously does come with a pair of fists, which comes right on him outside of the packaging, and then he comes with a pair of open palm blast hands as well. Then a pair of Gallic Gun or Final Flash hands, really just whatever technique you want to have him do with these hands. Then we have a thumbs up hand for the pose that Vegeta's usually in, where he's all confident and stuff, which usually takes place before he loses the fight. And then these next few pairs of hands actually surprised me, because we only actually got these, apart from a couple different ones, we only ever got these on the Majin Vegeta figure. Here we have the ready to go kind of hands, or like the battle ready type of hands that Vegeta did. It also comes with a pair of Big Bang Attack hands, or Karate Chop hands, whichever one you want to use it for. Really Big Bang Attack, because that's how they're angled. And then here's the hand which definitely only came with the Majin Vegeta, that being the final. This is for the technique that the game specifically called, I believe, Final Impact. So yeah, it's cool that they included this with the figure. It wasn't necessary, but I mean, hey, like, I guess more hand options for Vegeta, because you know how it is with Tamashii. They're usually slacking on a couple of these Vegeta hands, so I'm glad that they're including some while they're at it. Now, admittedly, some of the hands on this figure were like a little bit difficult on a few to actually interchange, while some of them were also like pretty easy. Honestly, though, I'd say that they're, it's very much doable. It like when it came to like the previous figures that Demoniacal Fit has made, like they were usually a lot easier to actually interchange the hands with. But again, with this, it's not as big of a problem. Now, for this final accessory, other than the fact, okay, hold on. Well, we also got this really nice aura effect, which is really, really nice. It also comes with a pair of these as well, which you put on the side for display purposes. I really like that they included this, especially with the fact that this figure, is at $50. But okay, for this final accessory. Now it's definitely the final one. I want to specifically do this on camera just because, like, when we're dealing with a third-party company here, I'm going to actually take off the arms and see, how this works and, make sure that there's no actual issues with changing out the arms right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to pull this off, see if this actually functions, and it is giving me a bit of a hard time right now. So let's just hope. Okay, that came off. Okay, yeah, no problem right there. And I suppose I'm going to assume that it's going to be, like, the exact same on this side. Okay. Very good. No issues so far getting this on. So what's up, guys? We're just gonna have it like be like in person, just so I can kind of I know you're not gonna see the figure as much, but I just want to make sure just because this is the angle you'd be doing the figure, not like me where I'm trying to do it over a camera. Just making sure you get this crossed arm on. Okay, I got one arm in, as you can see right there. And go ahead and try to get the other one in there. Okay, so the crossed arms, a bit of a problem. Trying to get these to work. Okay, is this working? Is it in there? I don't think it's in there. It's not in there. I'm gonna try doing something else. Let's put on this arm first, since this one's giving me the most.
Few moments later.
Okay, this looks like it's in. I'm gonna rotate it just a slight bit. I might just have to get up and say, okay, well. The crossed arms do not work as intended, unless this was part of the intention. Okay, you know what? This works. We'll just go with it like this. It doesn't go all the way into this arm over here, unfortunately. Let me just change the camera back. So after about like 5 minutes on camera trying to get this in there, it does it doesn't go all the way into this arm, unfortunately, but you can still kind of pull off the pose with it just like that, which it's not the worst thing in the world, but I would really like for it to get in there. But then again, it is a third-party company. The plastic is different, and I think this works well enough, especially because you're not going to be moving. It's not like you're going to be moving around in the arms anyway. And as long as this is even doable with the accessories that they did, I'd say like, okay, this works out okay. Now, I think the scaling was made apparent when I showed this off to other figures earlier, but just so you guys do get a clear visual over here, here it is standing right next to the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, the Cell Saga Vegeta, and then the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. And yeah, as you can see, like this Vegeta is in the same height, so this is exactly the type of scaling that Demoniacal Fit needed to put it in, and there is no issues right there regarding it. Now, for some quick head swaps, here it is with the Super Saiyan Vegeta head on there, and I'm not exactly sure why this is, but this is a very loose fit. Also, I did notice, just so that people who want to do head swaps can, check this out, the peg on here goes out a little bit longer than this one, which does make all of the difference. Now, if you want to actually get the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution head onto this body, where did I leave the head at? Okay, found it. You can do so with relative ease and with no issue at all. But yeah, like I don't know why like it fits nicely on this one, but then the Super Saiyan head is like loose on this. Is it loose on my copy too? No, it's fine. It's like I don't exactly know why that is, but for other head swaps, here's the Super Saiyan God head on this body, and I don't know why this is so loose. You probably just need to get like a tissue or something like that to get in between the ball, like the ball peg and the socket, and then that'll work out. And also that head is like, that ball peg is like really squeaky in there. Not the end of the world, but. Yeah, like, it does work, I think, for, like, the colors of the Vegeta body. I think it really looks nice, like, when you have all of the heads on there. Okay, now all of a sudden this head is, is stabilizing. It's okay. I guess it's just because I might have, like, had it crunched forward and such. But, yeah, like, it's, I do like the colors that this body has because I think it amplifies all of, like, the heads very, very well. Now, for the articulation on this figure, the head does go ahead and look, like, upright, this much, and then down this much. I did actually notice one small thing. There is a bit of paint rub right there going onto the neck from the hair, which is a bit unfortunate. Like the head is also a little bit limited because of the type of sculpting that's on there, which is also a little bit unfortunate. The arms move around exactly like how it does on other Vegeta figures. Like, you know, everything moves out. The shoulder moves out that much. Like double jointed elbow right there, which does its job very well. Wrists are moving around exactly as it is. You know, as a ball hinge. You know, everything that you're going to be needing, out of that right there. Yeah, same. Like, you know, same on this side as well. Like, you know, no issues really with the articulation. I mean, obviously it does have its own feeling because it's not a figure arts figure, but, you know, the articulation's functioning, and that's what really matters here. The ab crunch does go in this far, and I do like that there's no gapping right there in the back of the figure. That's really, really nice right there. That's not something Demoniacal Fit did. It's just a feature from Figure Arts specifically. But yeah, really nice so far. The torso does have like a bit of a tight waist joint, but it doesn't. I mean, it's just making that noise, but moving it around, it does not feel tight at all or get in the way and stuff. So that's fine right there. Legs kick forward this far. They go back. You know, very good. Leg movement right there. He does the splits. He goes out this much. You know, that works well enough right there. Thigh swivel right there. And this one over here is actually a little bit tighter, but again, nothing that can't be handled right there. Double jointed knee. Again, it's the same exact articulation that we're used to. Now, for the feet, they are a little bit looser than how it is on some of the other Vegeta figures, which already, and this is a problem that I've been wanting Tamashii Nations to actually fix, is that these ankle articulations that even the third-party companies are taking as well, like, is outdated. But it's not a thing that really Demoniacal Fits is responsible for. The only issue on this is that it's a little bit looser. But other than that, it's the same exact mechanic we're all used to. And then, you know, it does have a bit of a tight toe hinge on both of the feet. But, yeah, you know what? It's still very much usable. So, not the end of the world. No big deal at all right there. So, overall, this is pretty much exactly what we're expecting in terms of the articulation for this Vegeta. Alright guys, so for my final thoughts on this figure, I think he's actually worth getting. Now, again, it's a case where this figure doesn't really do very much new with it, other than pretty much including everything that Tamashii Nations has already sculpted together. They basically just took a Vegeta body, gave it a bit of like nice paint apps right there, made it Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, included the aura, called it a day. But the thing about it is, for the fact that this figure is going for $50, is including a Vegeta body, which nowadays is pretty difficult to get for some people, and the fact that it comes with the aura effects, the extra hands as well, and does a Vegeta release better than in Figure Arts in some cases, I'm actually going to say, like, I think this figure is definitely worth getting to put into the collection, at least until they actually, SH Figure Arts makes an official release of a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, in which case I do hope that when they do so, the body is going to be much more muscular, and it's going to have a different hair sculpt. Again, this is using the exact same hair sculpt, which I really wish that Demoniacal Fit would have actually, you know, done, and, you know, I also would have liked for them to have seen make the body a little bit bulkier. And other than that though, like, I really can't say that this is a bad release. Like, you're definitely getting your money's worth with everything that you're purchasing here. The paint apps are really nice and clean all around. The articulation also functions like pretty decently. Again, like, there is a couple squeaks and a couple tight joints right there, and then the loose ankles, but it still functions just as it is intended to function. And so I can't really consider those like to be any major groundbreak figure destroying issues at all. I do think that this figure does exactly as it's intended. It came out really well, and I do honestly have to say, from a reviewer standpoint, I have to recommend this to you guys. If you guys are looking for a good Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta figure, I think this is doing its job really well with everything that it's intended to do. Again, so I do really hope that you guys did enjoy this figure review today, guys, and I hope you guys, and once again, just like I said at the very beginning of the video, thank you guys so much for 9,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be happening with my channel in the future, but with whatever it is I decide to do, I hope to see you guys through it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this figure review. This has been Star Blast Studios. I will see you guys in the comment section down below. Until then.